Just to give you guys a brief review of what they look like, this is my dominant flicking foot. As you can see, I do a lot of heel flip tricks, kick flip, flip tricks, and I did use shoe glue, but it actually ended up coming off. You can't see it anymore, or at least you can't see it as much as what it was when I first put it on there. This is the bottom. This is the other shoe. It doesn't look as bad. Alright, so I did film a full review of this shoe, but it ended up being super windy on most of the parts of the video, so I'm just gonna voice over what I was saying in the different parts of the video and show you guys me skating the actual shoe. So as you can see, I already showed you guys the shoe, so now I'm just gonna talk about it, like the pros, the major cons, what I really did like, what I really didn't like, and stuff like that. So yeah. So firstly, I don't know if you guys would count this as a like actual pro, but I did really like the fact that I got a lot of compliments and people were asking me a lot like about the shoes, like just asking me where I got them from, how much they were and stuff like that, and got a lot of inquiries and just questions about them in general, just because they look really cool and stylish. So that's my first pro. For me at least. For you, it might not be like a legit pro. But yeah, so a lot of people like the way they look, and I did get a lot of compliments from them, so I thought it was worth mentioning. Secondly, I did like the fact that they were pretty affordable for the most part. Most of my shoes come between like 80, or not 80, but like 90 to like 110, $120. Based off of the shoe size I wear like a 9.5, 10 in most shoes. And so these actually costed me like $80 at my local skate shop. I'm pretty sure they cost a little bit more online, but yeah, it cost me like, I feel like $80 isn't that expensive for a skate shoe, especially when you skate like men's shoes. So yeah, that's definitely a pro for me. And then the last thing I wanted to mention in terms of the things that I did like about this shoe is that I do feel like they were pretty durable. They lasted me like almost a month now, and usually my skate shoes will last like, I don't know, like 3 weeks, like 2 to 3 weeks, something like that, but definitely not a whole month. And I'm actually still skating them right now, so I think this is going to be like my last couple days skating them. But yeah, so they do last pretty long, and I skate like almost every single day for about 4 to 7 hours. So for me to do that and they still look the way they do, and I can still like skate them right now, I do feel like that is a pretty cool thing. And also, if you do skate less, they should be able to last you longer, just because you aren't putting as much like damage on the shoes as someone who skates more often. Alright, so now I'm going to talk about the major cons, the things that I really didn't like about the shoes. And firstly, I feel like this happens with almost every single shoe that I skate, except for like maybe one or two, but it definitely did happen with this shoe, and it's the shoelace replacement. I did have to replace the shoelaces like within like 2 weeks of skating these shoes, and yes, I did rip them on my hard flips. I was practicing fakie hard flips and my regular hard flips, and that's the trick that I usually rip my shoelaces on. I think I just need to start buying the unbreakable shoelaces that one dude makes. Yeah, so that was the first thing that I didn't like about the shoe. And by the way, I only have two things that I really didn't like about these shoes, and so this is the last thing. And it's really just over time, they did feel like they like were like super loose, and they were loosening up as I started to skate them more and more. And it's like kind of like that feeling like of when you first break them in. When you first break in a shoe, like they feel a little bit looser, you feel, and your feet feel a little bit more comfortable in them. But over time, these shoes like just kept feeling like super loose. And it wasn't the fact that my shoelaces were like just super loose, it's just like the shoes in general, like they just, I don't know why. And I kind of didn't like that. They did feel super comfortable, but it's just, I kind of just want them to stay in that period of how they felt when I first broke them in. But yeah, regardless of how the shoe felt, I still got a lot of cool new tricks like laser down the 5, and a lot of cool new double flip tricks on flat ground. So those were the major pros and cons about the shoes from my perspective. And so yeah, that's the end of this video. I'll see you guys later. I'm out.